back to today's video, guys. How you all doing? So I'm going to dive right in with this today. Before I do that, don't forget, if you're new to the channel, subscribe at the bottom. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, which is AJ Focus, and all links are down below if you want to check out my Ford Performance Teespring storefront. All merchandise, clothing and mugs and cups and all the goodies are on there, so all links are down below. Yeah, like I said, get on Instagram as well so you can see what I'm up to. And if you want to support the channel, also go on Patreon. It's all AJ Focus, patreon.com/AJ Focus. Instagram and Facebook group page is AJ Focus as well. So all the links in that down below, and also links are on my Facebook page. Today we're going to be cracking on with the rest of this wiring in the Fiesta. Some of you might remember I had a parrot system in here. So when I removed that, I had to remove the existing wiring that was spliced into when it was installed. I'm guessing by Ford, or whoever installed it before. Might have been like a Ford, might have sent the car off when it was new to get it installed, and what they did, they cut the wires between the backing of this to the rest of the wires of the car. As you can see, I'll take them up for now. Because I plugged in the stereo last night. If you watched my video before of me soldering up the wiring, I'll put the stereo in and it lit up and everything like that, and it worked. The only thing that didn't work was any sound wasn't coming through. And then I was looking at where the wires were coming out the stereo, and they were going into this section here. I'm guessing this is the sound section of the car where it sends music and yeah, to the other speakers around the car, so front left right, front right left, things like that. So what I need to do now is remove all this black tape on both of them, figure out which wire goes on which. I brought my soldering kit, it's in here, so I need to, this bloody soldering kit's coming handy, eh? You know, I only bought it the other day, now it's coming handy. Yeah, it's going to come in more handy as well, because I also make custom headlights on Ford Focuses and Fiestas. So you want your headlights doing, go on Facebook and that and check out my images there, or Instagram, and send me a message if you want your headlights doing on your Focus or your Fiesta. But yeah, the soldering kit, man, it's coming handy. So I need to remove all this black tape, figure out which wire goes where, solder them up, tape them back up, make sure they're not touching each other, put the stereo in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that we will have some sound coming through. Because if not, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm not an expert on wiring, but what I'm going to do to make my life a little bit easier soldering it, man, I'm going to remove all of this trim. I might as well. There's only those two there, two behind there. Just pops off. That way I've got a little bit more room to solder in here and wire. I don't want to accidentally hit any of this with the soldering iron and melt the plastic. So I'm going to remove this completely. So yeah, let's get into today's video then. You would have seen me take out a dashboard before in here. So once you remove your stereo, you've got one screw, two screw, and you need to pop these off. Just get your hand up under there. It will pop out like that. And then there's a screw in there. And then there's a screw down in there. Normally, if yours hasn't been removed completely, there would be another screw down in the middle here, but I'm not bothered with that one because that's just too much of a hassle. So let's remove these. Right, after you've unscrewed all that, you want to get a plastic trim removal tool and pry up here, along here, just be careful. And then this thing can be removed as well. One of these like that. If you don't have one of these, you can buy a kit off eBay for like, I don't know, for a whole kit, it's like £2 or something like that, maybe even £3. They're dead cheap to pick up, and they're always handy to have when you're working on interiors of cars. So yeah, let me pry this up and then I'll see you guys in just a little bit. And then I just remove all this afterwards. Don't forget your hazard warning switch at the back here as well, just remember to undo that. Alright, okay, so that's what you should be met with afterwards. Look, you can get in there now, lovely. And wider in there to get in there, and you can bring the wires out a lot more because nothing's in the way. You can work a bit easier. So I'm going to remove this black tape and then, like I said, figure out which wire goes where. Now, if you're like this and you have a parrot system installed, and then when you remove it, yeah, you're going to have to do this as well. But if you haven't, then this doesn't apply to anyone unless your wires have been completely butched up like these ones. But we'll soon fix that once they're all soldered together and taped back up. They will look like that, nice and easy. And then can't wait just to get the stereo in after that. I have ordered myself a stereo extra surround to fill in the gaps as well. I went on eBay last night and managed to find one from coming from China, so it's going to take quite a while to get here, but I'm in no rush because the stereo will be in, and then I will have sound again in here and watch films when I'm pull over and things like that. I don't know, it's just be nice to have a stereo in there again. So yeah, so I won't be too worried now about the gaps. They will be completely, not 100% sealed up, but yeah, it'll look a little bit better than having those horrible gaping holes all the way around the stereo. I wish there was someone out there who could make a stereo that actually will fit. I know you can buy proper stereos that would actually go into the original Ford slot, but I would like someone out there who could design a stereo that would actually fit that hole without this bit here, obviously this whole square section in there. That would be nice, because aftermarket stereos only go up to this part here or just before that, so then it misses out. Yeah, I just like it neat and tidy, but it is what it is when you buy aftermarket stuff. So I'm gonna get this black tape off and I'll see you in a second. I'm not gonna bother filming this because otherwise it'd just be too long and boring, because I've retaped these up and I can't remember how much tape I put on. Quite a lot. Oh wow, Jesus, I really did tape them on there quite tight. I'm just looking here actually. I might not need to solder, because as you can see there's some male and female connectors here. So I wonder if it's just a matter of matching up which wire goes where, and they slot together, and that's it. And I won't need to even solder. I will just put them together, tape them up, and that's it. By looking at it, they obviously knew that someone would remove it maybe one day, and to make life easier they did actually bother putting male and female ends to them. So there's a black and white one there, and there's the black and white one there, so they must slot together. There you can see, so it's black and white, and then there's black and white, and that's a male end and there's a female end, so we might be able to just slot them in together. Oh my god, that's awesome. Thank you whoever did that, thank you very much. That's just made my life 10 times easier. Who knows, this video is even shorter now. We'll be able to get the stereo in just a sec. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to match them up, make sure they're nice and straight and even, and then take them up, and then get ready to install the dashboard back and the stereo, and then we should be good, guys. We should be good. Oh, I'm buzzing. Brilliant. Right, okay, so I'm going to set the camera up so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, that was quite simply just plug and play. There we go, they're all connected. Looks like we'll put a bit of black tape around them in a minute as well. And yeah, just double check that each one is in the right position. For someone who's colourblind, it's not wasn't too bad for me. I had to double check some of the greens, and yeah, but yeah, just double check and you're absolutely fine. Thank you whoever did that, just made life much easier. Didn't have to get my soldering kit out. So now, I'm going to take these up quickly, put the dashboard back in. So I'm just going to skip to that, guys. The next time we see it, the dashboard will be back together, and we should be installing the stereo. Yes. Okay then, guys. So got all that back in. All the wires are attached, and I've just been making because this stereo comes with 2 USBs. I'm going to run one down into the glove box, and I've just, where I had the parrot system, I had that hole there, so I thought I'd just custom make one to fit the other USB in there, so obviously I can charge my phone from there, run the cable all the way across the top of the dashboard over to my phone holder over there, so I can run the cable all the way down there wherever I need to charge my phone, or if I want to put music and I can't be able to reach down there, plonk it in there. So yeah, I just used my soldering iron to make the shape, and then I just melted some of the plastic in the back on top of the USB adapter here. So that, when you push the USB in, it just doesn't get pushed in then, so that ain't going anywhere. I just thought it was a quick little idea to do. Shove that in there then. Right in there. Once I've nailed it, screwed the dashboard back down, I mean, yeah, quite happy with that. Right, I was going to button all this up, put the screws back in, then go and get the stereo. Just thought I'll show you that. Okay guys, so next thing you want to do is obviously get your antenna adapter as well, because yeah, it's a different connection to a standard Ford stereo, as everyone knows. You need something like that. Connection to your aerial. Bit tight that one was. Like that. Alright, so then get your brackets as well for your stereo. There's your brackets, so you're going to want to sort of mount them in there to hold your new stereo on. You want to get the holes lined up or something like that. And yeah, but before I do that, I totally forgot that this has an antenna, so I need to undo the top of the dashboard because I want the antenna to run up from the middle of the dashboard up the top up there, so then it gets signal. So I'm going to do that off camera quickly, and yeah, in a minute you'll see it. I did it. I'm doing what I did in my ST, having this up here in the center of the dash like that, up there that you guys can see. Up there in the middle. I'll show you once I've all done it up and that. But yeah, now I'm just going to run the wire straight through underneath the trim piece there. Alright then guys, so it's been a little while. I don't know how long it's been, quite a while. I'm still fiddling around with it. Trying to get the stereo to stick out, but sit flush. Also trying to get the angle right as well, because it slightly sticks out further that end than that end. So I'm going to be out here a little bit longer doing this, but I'm not going to film it because it's going to be boring. But I will upload a picture once it's all completely, once I'm happy with how it is. Got the USB in there, all mounted in place. The other one is in the glove box. All the wires are in. The GPS antenna is on, up top up there. Wires are down. I used a bit of black tape just to make sure the wire doesn't get stuck behind the vents or anything like that, so it comes down the middle there and goes directly down under the vents, then back out up to the stereo. So the ignition needs to be on, that'd be easier, wouldn't it? And there we go. Zoom in a little bit. So, there's an Android unit. And now we had the date and time, because it's got the GPS up there. It didn't have it yesterday. And yes, speakers are working again. I can't have that on too long because of copyright, but there we go. Yes, speakers are working. That means the wiring, I've wired up properly. And yeah, it's a typical Android unit. It's really, really cool, very responsive as well. Google Chrome. I have to set all this. You know what? I'll do that later. Yeah, you all know what Android units are like. This is a really nice one. I've got to take the film off in a minute. I'm not going to do it just yet, the film, because like I said, I still need to fetalize and move it around and stuff like that and get it in position. But other than that though guys, that is absolutely perfect. I'm happy with that. I'm happy that I put my USB there too. And let's see if it works as well. It's not my USB is a bit dodgy. So, it's got a bit of dust in there. Need to clean it out. Been out here a while with the doors open. It's absolutely freezing out here, so I'm losing my words. But yeah, I'm gonna probably change the background or something. Have a bit of a play around with this later on and see, you know, what's what really. Yeah. See you guys later. Thanks very much for watching. Oh, I like that. That's very nice. I'll see you guys soon.